Hey there, beer tubers, welcome back to another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. I'm Average Joe, and today I'm going to be reviewing a beer from SingleCut Beersmiths out of Astoria, New York, and this is their Conform, or Be Cast Out. So as you may or may not know, SingleCut is known for their musical references, their musical influences when it comes to their beer names. And this just so happens to be one of those beers. Conform or Be Cast Out is a lyric from the song Subdivisions off of Rush's 1982 Signals album. For those diehard Rush fans out there, you will also know that this logo is supposed to reference that darn dragon. So if you're a Rush fan, you probably just want to grab this beer for the label alone and the references. Myself, I enjoy Rush, and I did get the reference before I even really thought about it. I was like, oh, they do musical influences with their beer names and labels and whatnot. I get it. So yeah, the beer itself, though, they say on the side here, is a double dry hopped IPA that is brewed with Szechuan and pink peppercorns. Comes in at 7.2% alcohol by volume and 70 IBUs. The IBUs here are funny. Again, I always mention IBUs because I don't know, I have a weird thing where I'm like, I gotta, reference the ABV and the IBUs. Most of the time, IBUs aren't listed for a lot of these beers. It says 70 IBU on the can, it says 72 IBU on Untapped, and on their website it says 68. None of it matters. It says Mystery Knows No Shortcut, 100% brewed and canned on premises by SingleCut Beersmiths, Astoria, New York. So canning date, it says it wasn't me, 3/27/18. Not sure when I'm going to post this, but this is about 3 weeks old based on today's date. So yeah, SingleCut, I really enjoy their beers. I always told myself when I finally started my channel, I would definitely review some of their beers because I am a fan. And here we are. So let's get into it. I am going to give this a proper pour. One thing I do want to mention, though, is that even though I like SingleCut, a lot of their cans are like $5.99 for a 16-ounce pounder can. That's pretty expensive, honestly. That's my only issue with SingleCut. It's a bit pricey. Anyway, let's give it a pour, see what we get going on. Yeah, so it's pouring out like a New England style IPA because that's pretty much, I think, what they're going for. Put the logo up here so you guys can give it a look. See, Nick, I'm looking at you. I know you're eyeing this beer, buddy. So yeah, this is actually a bit darker. Hold it up to the camera there. A bit darker than a lot. Oh my God, the aroma blasting off smells phenomenal. So yeah, holding it up to the light, it has this like dark, almost honey orange look to it. Definitely unfiltered, hazy, the whole nine with the New England style. A very creamy and compact head. Looks like we're going to have some good lacing. I'd say more of like a off-white, almost borderlining on like a very light tan color for the head. But yeah, it looks appropriate. Let's get a nose on it. Ooh, this is smelling pretty fantastic. Oh wow, tons of mango. I'm getting huge mango vibes off of this one. More stone fruity too. Big peach, like almost peach juice. There is a bit of like a peppery component from those peppercorns. Again, I could mistake that, and again, I have a terrible palate in general. You guys know this watching me. It's pretty horrific. But I could almost say, if I was doing this blind, it gives me almost like a rye spiciness as opposed to like a peppercorn or peppery spice to it. But yeah, it's definitely peppery. There is a huge dank component to this one. Most of SingleCut beers are huge on the dankness. Usually has this like herbaceous vibe. It's almost like basil or thyme thing going on. And that's here. I'd like to use the word omnipresent when it comes to a lot of SingleCut beers because it is everywhere. But usually it's never the predominant or the most noticeable note. It's just like you drink a SingleCut beer, it's dank. That's how it is. Yeah, it smells beautiful. So a lot of tropical fruit, a lot of stone fruits, a bit of spiciness from those peppercorns, pretty big dankness, and it smells absolutely wonderful. So let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Ooh. That's epically smooth. Yeah. So many times I've been doing reviews, I've been starting with the body and mouth feeling. Why change it up now? Because with a lot of New England style IPAs, the body and the mouthfeel is kind of what first hits you. This is incredibly soft, slightly creamy, and just epically smooth, as I said. The drinkability on this alone, based on the body and mouthfeel, is just crazy. It has a lighter carbonation to it, which is nice too, which again adds to the drinkability. Medium, upper medium body. Yeah, body, mouthfeel, whatever. I go on and on about it, but it's fantastic in this one. Flavor-wise, though, not as bold as it was in the nose, but it's still there. The peach kind of leads the way. It's more like a peach juice. It's, if you've ever just bitten into like a fresh peach and you just get that explosion of juiciness, that's kind of what it is each time when you take a sip. A little bit of apricot, a bit of mango. It's funny because I got big mango tones on the aroma, but it reversed into the taste where the mangoes kind of died down a bit and the peach came to the forefront. Of course, as I said, there's a big dank component to this one. Like, it definitely has an herbaceous tone to it. A bit bigger in the aroma, but in the taste, it's there. Decent bitterness. Another thing with SingleCut is I find a lot of their beers to be a bit more bitter than your typical New England style IPAs, which is actually welcome for me. I know a lot of people out there don't like the bitterness. Me, I'm digging it. As you can see, I'm just hammering this out. Here's the thing. The peppercorns, I am getting a peppery tone to the beer in general, but I don't think I'd be able to tell you that there's peppercorns in here. I know the pink peppercorns add more of a fruity vibe, and the Szechuan peppercorns are more of like a spicy note to it. I'm getting more of the latter than I am the former. Or maybe they're both playing a role. Maybe the pink is adding to that fruitiness, that peach, and that mango and whatnot. But again, I would just be honest with you. If it didn't say that there's peppercorns in this beer, I wouldn't know it. It would just be, I would, again, mistake it for like a rye spiciness, like you're using rye malt. Yeah, this is another winner for me from SingleCut. Again, their price point at $5.99, a bit expensive here. I mean, you know, I know the going rate for a lot of New England style IPAs anywhere between like 16 to 20 bucks a 4-pack. But these show up. I mean, if I remember someone bought a 4-pack of one of their releases and it was like $27, and I'm like, Jesus, that's a lot of money. But I like picking up their stuff here and there, especially since it's usually single cans. I can deal with $5.99 a can. I don't have to buy a 4-pack of it, so I'm not spending $24. So I'll let them slide a little bit because they do make awesome beer that I enjoy. But at the same time, I want the price point to be about $4.99. Again, doesn't matter. I'm just a person here, right? Doesn't matter. A lot of people like their beer. It sells. It sells out around here. $5.99 is going to be the consistent price probably. Anyway, rambling. Rating. 4.25 out of 5. It doesn't quite jump into the 4.5 range because I just don't think there's too much going on here, you know, in terms of complexity. Not that a beer needs to be complex to be 4.5 or higher for me. I just think that there's a couple notes that it's hitting here. Peach juice, bit of mango, dankness, and a touch of like spiciness. That's about it. If anything, this is like a 4 out of 5 in terms of actual taste, but that body and mouthfeel kicks it up a notch. Again, ratings don't really matter, but I'm rating it, and it's a 4.25 out of 5. So that was the Conform or Be Cast Out from SingleCut Beersmiths, 4.25 out of 5. Appreciate you guys stopping by, checking out another review here on the Beer Patrol. Nick, if this gets released again in the next month and a half or so, or it's about 5 weeks, you will get a can. Please like, comment, subscribe, the whole 9. If you do one thing, though, leave some comments in the comment section. Have you had anything from SingleCut? If you had this beer, I'd really like to know. So anyway, that does it for now. Until next time, cheers.